Well. The Cowboys trade for Quentin Williams. So we're gonna wait for some people to get in here. If you're watching this on a rerun, then you can go down to the comments and you can see the timestamp where we're gonna really start getting into this video. But wow, Cowboys trade for Quentin Williams. So after trading for Logan Wilson earlier this morning, I guess that was the trade that Jerry Jones was talking about. We got a move in our back pocket. They actually make what would be considered for the Cowboys a blockbuster trade, in my opinion, because Dallas doesn't often give up a first-round pick. I think the last time they did was Amari Cooper back in 2018. But they give up a 2027 first-round pick, which is essentially a second-round pick because you always go like back a year. So if it's a 2026 second-round pick, then it's always a year later. You do the math like that. So Dallas essentially gives up 2 second-round picks. They still keep their 2026 first-round picks, so they'll have theirs. And the Packers, they won't have a second or third. I see them parlaying that second first-round pick, maybe Green Bay's, into a second and third-round pick, and then you're kind of like back at zero. But you get Quentin Williams, and I wanted to check his contract because I know it's actually favorable. And this is not a 2025 move to me. For the Cowboys, this doesn't feel like a 2025 move, although it helps a ton right now. Hold on, I'm trying to find his numbers. This is something that he will be here, right? And it opens your window. It keeps your defense afloat, someone to build around in this next coming draft. Let's look. Yes. So Quentin Williams, cap hit for the rest of this year, I guess, is going to be $8.4 million, dead cap hit 12 if you were to cut him, blah, blah, blah. So next year his cap hit will be $21 million. $5 million in dead cap if you were to cut him. And then there's a potential out after 2027. But if Dallas wants to keep him for this foreseeable future, they can definitely keep him up until 2027 and then 2028 at 31 years old. He'll be an unrestricted free agent. That $21 million cap hit. Now, I know people are going to say, well, they have Kenny Clark. You have Kenny Clark. Why are you trading? He's due so much money, this or that. Dallas can get out of that deal with pretty much zero dead money. So Kenny Clark does not even... He won't be here next year. I can tell you based on the contract. I remember looking at it. Cowboys could cut him and take on... Oh, it doesn't even show me. Come on. No. Okay. Yeah, it does. So there's no dead cap hit. Dallas, there's a potential out after 2026. Zero dead money if you cut Kenny Clark. That's what I expect to happen. I expect Dallas to just move on from Kenny, and you'll have Quentin Williams, and you just got a baller of a defensive tackle. The best defensive tackle that the Cowboys have had probably in my lifetime, if we're being honest here. I'm just glad that they actually made a trade, made a deal. I really didn't expect them to do much of anything. Quentin Williams is the highest graded run defensive tackle in the NFL. 0.8. And I'm going to go to NFL Pro. And let's look at some of the advanced stats. I was saying, I put on Twitter that I wanted it to be either Minka or Jeffrey Simmons. Quentin Williams is a good name too. I should have put him on there. I had people saying, oh, what about Quentin Williams too? The Jets are in sell mode. They have so many first-round picks now. So Quentin Williams, the defensive line. Man, what do y'all think? What do you think, chat? You don't keep Clark because he's due $25 million over. So his cap hit, if you keep Clark, you don't take that out in his contract, it's $21.5 million. His cap hit would be more than... His cap hit would be right alongside Quentin Williams. So you'd have about $50 million in cap hit just going towards defensive tackles. Kenny Clark, to me, has not been a $21 million player. Quentin Williams is a $21 million player. You can pay that money and be happy. Be happy with that. So hard to filter and actually see where he's ranked in the league on NFL Pro. If you guys have any stats that you want to throw in the chat, or 8% quarterback pressure. Quinn Williams has 16 quarterback pressures, 1 sack this year. The main thing, though, is he's not the pass rusher that Jeffrey Simmons is at defensive tackle, but he is the run stopper that this team needs so bad. They've needed this player for years and years. So for them to essentially give up 2 first-round picks, they give Mozzie back. Yeah, I just saw somebody, Mozzie Smith to the Jets. The Cowboys give him Mozzie. Shout out to him. I hope he can find his footing in the NFL, because just a rough go at it in Dallas. Man, I'm excited. This feels like a really good move. John Machota just tweeted, the Cowboys defense now, Clowney on the edge, Quentin Williams, Osa, or Kenny Clark. That's another thing. Kenny Clark can actually go back to the position that he plays. He can play the 3 tech now, and he can rotate with Osa. You keep those guys fresh. And then you have Donovan Ezrako on the other side. Overshown hopefully will be back. Logan Wilson, Deron Bland, Kyer Elam, Reddy Stewart. I still wouldn't hate for them to try to make a move for Minka if that was a possibility, because he's under contract for the next 1 or 2 years. And I think that's what we need to be looking at. This is a 2026, 2027 move. You gave up that 2027 first round pick, and if it's a high pick, I mean, you might have gave up a top 15. But if you really make 2026 the year, it might be 25 and back. I mean, you want it to be 32 at the end of the day, right? You want that to be the 32nd overall pick that the Jets get back. Jangly Echoes, thank you for the super chat. If Jerry goes and gets another All-Pro, he won the Micah trade, flipped it so far for Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark, who's next. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. If they go get another big name, and you can look at the Micah trade and say, okay, you got Micah and you got Quentin Williams, and let's say, I don't know, Max Crosby's going to cost you more than a first. But yeah, if there's another name out there that makes sense and they can somehow parlay Micah Parsons into shoring up the defensive interior and getting an edge or getting a linebacker, a corner, a defensive tackle, another something, right? And this is not the equivalent of the Kenny Clark trade. Like, Kenny Clark was thrown in on top to sweeten up the Cowboys for the Packers to get Micah Parsons. Like, he was just thrown on top with that big contract, big money. Like, this is completely different. You just gave up a first-round pick and a second-round pick to go get a guy that is a damn good run defender. About time they made an exciting trade. 100%. The last time that Dallas gave up a first-round pick in a trade was, I believe, you can correct me in the chat, Amari Cooper back in 2018, and they were kind of in the same situation. Maybe it's not that, maybe not to that extent. And Allen Hurns and this guy, the offense was really bad. They were 3-5. Trade for Cooper completely flips your fortunes. Defense, though, is going to be a little bit tougher because they have issues at a lot of different spots. This isn't just, oh, you're missing you're missing a number 1 wide receiver, and here's a guy that'll come in and the offense can get going. This is a 2026 thing. You have to start parlaying this now. If Dallas doesn't plan on going all in 2026 and 2027, this move doesn't make any sense. So it does give me hope. I'm more excited because they're trying, right? They see that this is an issue. They've neglected the defensive tackle spot for years now. They got Osa. I mean, they paid him and stuff like that. But as far as getting outside help or drafting a guy with a top 30 pick that actually pans out, this is the first big move they've made at defensive tackle. So I'm really excited too. Yeah, yeah. Jalen Tolbert. I was wondering if he was going back to the Jets. They really limited his snap count, and I was like, maybe he could be a piece that they move. Not that it's not moves the needle at all for trading for a guy, but hopefully my internet's not going out on you guys. Sign Pickens sign Pickens is 100%. Like, it needs to be in play for this team. You get out of the Kenny Clark deal, or you restructure, ask him to take less money. If you can get that cap hit down, he's not playing on a $21 million cap hit in 2026. You can't do that. You get out of the Kenny contract, that frees up $21 million. You can get out a bunch of money getting out of the Terrence Steele deal. You have plenty of money to sign Pickens. People think it's crazy to be like, oh, you need another wide receiver. The defense, that's just not how it would work. You have to go all in, put it on a credit card. I know my internet's terrible. I know. I live out in the middle of nowhere, and you can blame Elon Musk and Starlink. All right, you can blame Elon Musk. Man, Foots, I'm pretty sure I'm on your StreamYard. So if you want to hop in here. Man. Yeah, for me, it was either Quinnen Williams, Minka's still in play. Like, I don't know what the compensation would be. Quinnen Williams, Jeffrey Simmons, somebody that could actually change this team and how we look at this team. Will they sign more today? I don't think they're going to make another move. I would be surprised if they go crazy and really start trying to rebuild this thing or giving up a whole bunch of stuff. I know, guys, my internet's as bad as the Cowboys secondary. It's terrible. Thank you, Derek. Okay, this comment is perfect. This is 100% correct. All right. That's why I say it's 2026, because you still need you still need some good linebackers, and you can get that in this draft. You still need some corners. You still need some safeties. Minka could fix that, but those are problems that you're still going to have. You're still going to have if you don't draft well, right? Thank you, Gary. The internet's great. I know, that's right. Getting Overshown back, getting Logan Wilson. I'm telling you, the more you can keep Kenneth Murray off the field is a win for this defense. And I'm sure Matt Eberflus is ecstatic to get a defensive tackle that's not going to get reach blocked with ease and can actually fill a gap and take on special teams. I bet he's ecstatic. I don't know if he's going to be here to see the full contract play out and Quinnen Williams in Dallas, but at least he got something, right? And if Dallas did make another move and it's not something crazy where they're giving up a whole bunch for Trey Hendrickson, or they're giving up a whole bunch for Max Crosby, like, I wouldn't be interested if you're giving up, more than another first or 2 firsts or something like that. I would be completely fine if they wanted to make another move. But you get Revel back, get Overshown back. You have Logan Wilson, Quinnen Williams on the interior. Osa gets to, play the 3. Kenny Clark gets to rotate in with him. Man. Yeah, being a Cowboys fan, this is the ups and downs. Like, we're coming off a devastating, awful, terrible loss to the Cardinals. Like, I haven't even made a video on my channel about it. I was actually making a completely different related video about how bad the Cowboys have drafted and why they're in the position that they are, which I'm still going to release it. But they just pull you right back in, dude. They just suck you right back in. I was so mad at this team last night, so dejected. I didn't even make a video talking about that game. Me and Foots talked it over for about an hour on the live stream. But I didn't even want to make a video. But now they just pull you right back in, dude. One more move. One more move, Yeah. Man. All right. You guys rate this trade for me I want to get a pulse on Cowboys Nation. All right. How much does this change your thoughts? 1 to 10, how excited are you? 1 to 10, how excited are you? Drop it for me in the chats down below. I want to get a pulse on Cowboys Nation. What are we thinking? Also, if you could, please like this live stream. It tells YouTube that you enjoyed it. tells me that you enjoyed it. Other people will join in here. We're already at 430 people. That's more than I ever get on a live stream. And I'm sure there's a bunch of other Cowboys creators that are streaming right now. I think if we give the Cowboys defense a grade, I think we can all agree they've been an F so far this year. I would say it gets this defense to probably a C-, which is where I thought they would be this year. My happiness level, my belief on a scale from 1 to 10 now is probably around that 7 range. I'd see some 5, 7, 9, 8, 6, 8. Like, the D-line has a potential with this move to be so much better. Dude, like, if y'all watch the All-22, if y'all go watch the NFL Pro and stuff, you will see Jay Towie, you will see Mozzie Smith, you will see Kenny Clark getting reach block, move, pushed. Kenny Clark against the Panthers got lifted and thrown, no joke, 8 yards down the field. No hate to Kenny Clark. He's just not playing his position. This is a good move. Now, get Revel back, get Overshown back, get Wilson back. You just got to hope it's not too late for this year. But I like this because it's not a rental. This isn't, he's going to be here at least through 2026 with that potential out. Crazy part is, Dallas probably isn't going to move on from Quinnen Williams. The crazy part is that potential out in 2027 leaves zero dead money on the Cowboys cap. Not that you would want to be like, okay, we got to cut ties with this guy after 2026 because he hasn't played good and this and that. But the fact that you can and not accrue any dead money, that is right in the Cowboys' wheelhouse. That's perfect. Man, what did y'all think about the Sauce Gardner trade? That was crazy too. So John Owning posted a couple of these too. I don't know where he's getting these. He works for PFF, so that's probably where he's getting them. Pass rush grade per PFF. You guys know how I feel about them. We only use PFF when it works for our argument. All right? Pass rush grade is in the 47th percentile. Like I mentioned earlier, that's not what he's going to be best for. He has 1 sack this year. He has an 8% quarterback pressure percentage, anything like that. Pass rush grade on true pass rushes, he's in the 56th percentile, which is probably better than anything you got at nose tackle, 1 tech right now. Pass rush grade without play action, 50%, 50th percentile. Pass rush win percentage is 44th%. So he's in that, he's in that mid-range. He's like an average pass rusher. This is where it gets fun. 99th percentile in run defense grade. 99th percentile. And run stop percentage, 99th percentile. Man. That's crazy, guys. 99th percentile. That's going to help so much, especially getting Overshown back. Like I would say with Kenneth Murray, he has such a hard time reading, reacting, and understanding what he's seeing and getting downhill. Logan Wilson doesn't have that problem as much. He's not as athletic as Kenneth Murray. Overshown, they're going to have chances to get downhill and not have offensive linemen in their face 6 yards past the line of scrimmage. Like Quinnen Williams is going to be able to eat those double teams, hold guys at the line of scrimmage. Like anchor, not get pushed around. Be that anchor in the middle of the defense. We haven't seen a defensive tackle for the Cowboys like this in so long. Osa at DN can be nice the rest of the year. Osa is still going to play his. It'll be, let's say, who are they? Oh, Ezeraku, Quinnen, Osa, and then Jadeveon Clowney or whatever, however they move him around on the left and right. So Osa is still going to get to stay in his spot. Like, I like what they could do in obvious passing situations, third and long with Quinnen Williams and Osa. And although Quinnen isn't like this insane pass rusher, he can still push the pocket more than anything you had before with Mozzie and Toia and those guys. I like your front four much, much better with him. So Osa gets to stay. He's just going to get to rotate in with Kenny Clark. You kind of keep those guys fresh where it's not all on Osa, somebody that has struggled with the run throughout his career. Is just a smaller guy. I like that a lot. I like that Osa can get his reps without getting worn out on the interior. So go get Minkah, and I will start to believe again 100%. The safety position is another one that Dallas has really, really neglected, but now it's time. Like, they've gotten to a point now to where it's actively hurting your team. You're playing Elijah Clark, who I did like coming out of Syracuse, but you're playing him, and it's not good. And then you're missing Malik Hooker, and Donovan Wilson's now out, and now there's these big plays, and over pursuing by Wanye Thomas, not being able to read angles. If they could get Minkah for a decent deal, I would 100% do it. If Minkah was available for, see, that's the thing. It's hard to tell with the value of some of these guys. Like, I didn't think Sauce Gardner was worth 2 first-round picks and a player. Quinnen Williams is maybe even a little bit more expensive than I thought he would be, even though I think Dallas got a pretty decent deal. Still a little bit more expensive. Let me look up Minkah's thing. And if you guys could, if you haven't, please like this live stream. We're going to go for about 30 minutes. So if you have any questions, drop them down below. And if you could just give this trade a grade. If you could. I'm not used to this live streaming stuff. So A to F. I gotta get on my, oh, well. I guess that works. Okay. Minkah. So Minkah's 28 years old. Still, relatively good. 2025 cap hit is at $4.5 million. 2026, he has a void year in his contract after 2026. Unrestricted free agent, you'd have $9 million in dead cap hit money. 2026, his cap hit would be $18 million. You could probably restructure that. And this is where I get a little like, I don't know, because hold on, this is not, I don't know how to do this. All right, we're just going to give up on that. That's where I don't know, because how much do the Dolphins want to eat of that money? How much do the Cowboys want to take on that contract and that cap hit? And what happens with the dead money during that void year? That has a lot to do with what the compensation looks like. I don't know Minkah's value personally. It would be really hard for me to say. But it would definitely be a move that gets people a little bit more excited. And he's somebody that would be here through 2026 at least. That's what you need to be looking at. These guys need to be here. Oh, there we go. There we go. It has to be a pass rush move. I actually really liked what we saw from Clowney last night, and I also really like what we've been seeing from Ezeraku. I don't know if they're going to go for a pass rusher. I think this was the move on the defensive line. I'm so glad that they didn't trade for Bradley Chubb. The Bradley Chubb move would have been a lot more sad, because I don't think it changes much. If they want to make a move at safety, they want to make another move at linebacker, I wouldn't be mad. If they wanted to go get an edge, I wouldn't be mad. That's where we're at with the defense, though. You can't be mad with whatever they do because they're so bad there. I don't know if Chubb is washed, but he was coming off a pretty bad injury. I think it was an Achilles, or it was a lower body injury. His numbers have dropped year over year. So I just wouldn't have been very excited with that one. I would be excited with the Minkah trade. I like this trade for the Cowboys better than the Cowboys going to get Jalen Phillips. This was probably the best case scenario outside of Jeffrey Simmons. Outside of Simmons, this was the best move they could have possibly made. So, all right, guys, I think that's going to do it for today. 481 people. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. I'm not used to this live stream and stuff, so I promise we're trying to figure out how to get the internet better over here at DoubleMove Incorporated. We're trying, and we're trying to figure out how to do all the little thing at the bottom where it goes by and all that stuff. So thank you, guys. I love you all. If you could like it, have a good one, Chris, Mark, Will, Drums and Cowboys. You guys are the best. Probably gonna go watch. I'm gonna go watch the film right now, and then we're gonna go. Then we're gonna go make a video. All right. See ya.